brief political speeches, the limitless opportunities. The journey for limitless opportunities are not yet over, with many more challenges ahead of us. There are no barriers or crises for any opportunity. If you have one voice, share ideas, having collecting ideas, solving a problem with one voice, beside the political division line, empowering the collecting ideas with one voice. This is the time our nation will change for the positive. This is the time we shall reach our destination without any crisis. The audacity of hope. This was a journey for all. The journey is left in our hand, with the never-ending journey that we inherit from our parents. The journey without segregation, race. A hope and dream will be the reality for our generation. The perseverance in time of trial, the challenges of high unemployment rate is a worldwide issue. This is an extraordinary difficulty, but with patience, there's need to rise to rebuild the world for a better change and a better place for our generation. Fresh foundation for the nations. The past is full of mistakes. There's need to dust off and laying a new foundation for the growing and prosperity. Unity in case of crisis. And to join one another, choosing hope over the fear. For the better and stronger foundation for our developing nation. This is the beginning of a new journey for our generations. This is a step forward for our generations. The mathematics of war. The war and conflict has no future for any growing nations. There's need to bring peace in war-torn countries for a better world. They need to know the probability of the war, the conflict, the size and the effect of the war. They need to establish data researches, locations, and which way forward for our future. It is a responsibility for an individual, a nation and a world to bring peace and fight for peace. There is no room to sleep when others are dying. We need a change for our generations. The overcoming adversity. There's a need for the experience to succeed in your life. Education is the best weapons for peace, development, change, understanding and unity. The accessible education. Still we have not yet accomplished our journey. Still we have not yet done. Still we have more to do. Still we have more to learn. Still we have more to achieve. This is the only way forward for success. Through your hard work and effort, put aside the cultural belief or material possession of your parents, which will never last for our generation, but the weapons to weaken our generation. The women and conflict reconciliations. Why are women and children dying? It is time to say no more killing of women and children. What are the costs and benefits of the conflict? The role of the women in society for promoting peace and stability. The need to value the women and the effect of any conflict to women and children. The world will not move ahead if we fail to value the women, our mothers and our daughters. Restoring the leadership. The weakening of leadership due to war, conflict, political negativity, opposition, which will result to decline in income, decline in economy, decline in development. There's a need to change for the better of the leader to come back to the worst situation. Achieving the leadership by the use of iron fist will not build a nation. There's a need to change. Putting students first. If we want to move forward, there's a need to invest more money in education than misusing. School building collapses. Poor performance due to poor handling system by poor authorities. Besides the challenges which are there are more challenges and difficulties created by the wrong authorities. Elected by the wrong people, at the end we are the losers. The world needs responsible people for our generation to grow for a better change. Aiding humanitarianism. There's a need for the creations of the job, fighting HIV/AIDS, strengthening our power to meet the challenges of the global interdependence. Any individuals a capacity to make a challenge for better and forward step for billions of the population of the global world. Protecting the modern society. There's a need to learn from the society who are before us, their failures and their success, and to learn a lesson from their failures and success in comparison to our present society. There's a need for a total change and for a better beginning for our future. The modern society faces many challenges. Besides technological improvement, the challenges we are facing are political, economic, diseases, and social. Among the challenges we are facing, the most deadly and killer disease is a political problem which creates war, conflict, hostility among the nations, neighbors. If any political problem are solved at its grassroots level, the challenges of economic, diseases, and social will be encountered in a simplified way due to strong political unity. The importance of renewable energy. Revitalizing the available resources due to increase in price of the gas and fuel, as this has a major impact on any growing nation. Not only a nation impact, but also an individual impact. The financial burden of a company may contribute many people to quit their jobs due to bankruptcy of the company, as well leading to the closure of the company. The challenges of governance. We must learn to lead from the past experience and from the past people. What were the past success and failures in structuring the government in terms of finance and health care system? This is the only way forward to reach our destination. The importance of scheduling. Time is a major factor to determine the ability of a leader. Any leader failing the right strategy within the right framework, there's a fear to move ahead for a better change. The success of a leader is when the right strategy is maintained within the time framework. Investing in youth. The future of a country is in youth. The youth participation is needed in any field. The youth are the steering and the spear of the nation. The success of the youth is the success of the nation, and the failures of the youth are the failures of the nation. We must run the road to correctness than to blame. Our youth, yes, the high rate of unemployment, HIV/AIDS, crime, the youth are the upper hand. But our vision is to change the youth for the better by fighting for the best opportunity for the youth. The human right. The need for human right is necessary as a justice for all, whether men, female, children, or disabled. No one is being isolated because of the race or belief. Gay, lesbian right is a political business which started recently to misguide the world, but not the believers. There is no political leader who is a gay or lesbian, but in order to put their politics into the market, they are ready to please everyone, but not God. Let these leaders learn from the past leaders, as men and women were not born over the night, they were there before us. We don't share political to compare with the Creator who knew what he has created. To prove him wrong, that's why we exercise lesbian and gay. Let These leaders learn from the animals' behavior. If they fail direction, whether there is a sign of lesbian and gay in animals. Political leaders and some religious leaders. The words and belief changes only on a daily basis. Remember, you don't believe in them, but you can hear from them and make your choice, not their choice. Combating the climate change, working for the better understanding and combating the global warming. We must invest in environment and the use of new technology to overcome this situation. Pledging. Peace is the only way and the only solution to bring the people, nation and the world together. The cause of peace failures is when justice and the truth fail in the eyes of the people. A peaceful person is the one who follows the justice and the truth. This is the only way we can bring any nations at war and conflict. This is the only way we can bring the neighbors who are at war and conflict. Justice and the truth is not based on race, location, belief, but the fact. Where some nations, neighbors, and tribes are still at war, this is because justice has failed. This is because the truth has failed. That's why the peace has failed. It is the responsibility of every person to look for the peace and to fight for the peace. This is the only way forward for better change. Education and the connectivity. Hard work is the only way forward to climb up the ladder, to grasp those who are on top, as the others below the ladder try to grasp those who are on top. This is the only way forward we can connect. This is the only way the world can connect. The importance of economic humanity. The value of humanity can only be recognized when the few challenges, but the major ones, like unstable, unsustainable, unequal is overpowered for our future and for the future better generations, without any discriminations based on race, belief, culture, geographical location. The power of united front. Unity is the only solution and way forward to build a nation. Medication to poverty, ignorance, and unemployment. It is the only way forward to heal an individual and nation. If we work together, yes, we can bring change, not only to a nation but to the entire world. The economic power of the women. There's need of the women in developing of a nation instead of sidelining them. Women are stronger in economic and more trust than men. It is rare to find women in corruption field than men. For a nation to grow forward economically, a combination effort of men and women are needed. Men have failed their responsibility in some nations, changing their life into alcoholic crime. And the national development matters are left in the hand of our women, the mothers and daughters. With more responsible love for their children, our women, the mothers and daughters are still struggling to overcome the challenges. The future of Islam. The failures of Islamic nations are commonly contributed following the wrong political cultures, which divide the nation on the basis of the race, tribes, geographical, influence from outside, wrong understanding, wrong advice from stubborn, hypocrite leaders. This is one of the challenges the Islamic nations are facing. There's a lack of cooperation among the Islamic nations. They are unable to solve their problems unless the Western nations involved. Innovations enabled by democracy. A good nation is the one which benefits all the people, not an individual. Democracy is an open chance for all. The new generation want a new idea, new things, new technology, and new leaders. They need change with democracy. The culture of a leader to lead more than a decade is an old fashion. We need change for future generations, as every second don't look alike. The future of tomorrow, you prepare it now. The step for tomorrow begins now. We must prepare and be ready at any moment. Digital independence. We are in the era of digital world. Internet has simplified all the work. It is only helpful when we use for the right ideas. The new discoveries are not yet over. Men and women are still competing and struggling in education. We came from far. Education has changed our life. The world needs a competitive generations who will come with a new idea of changing the world for the better. A network world. Together, start from a small community which build up the big community. With a collaborated network in the world, there is no barrier or crisis for any nation to grow. Achieving diplomatic relations. Every action counts for you to achieve peace. Be a person who changes, not for an election, but for life. To bring peace in the world, it is a matter of concern by all. It is the only way forward to achieve our goal. There is nothing impossible. Determination is our key. Putting people before politics. The present is the time of great challenges, not only to educate the youth, but to inspire them to achieve greatness in the future. This is the time a nation can get a guideline. There is no room for the hard work and effort to rest until the journey is completed. And this is the highest time for our youth to stand up to build our greatest nation together. Accountability in development aid. We need a long-lasting change for a better world. Leaders must be transparent and accountable for better and positive change. Some work and project fails due to poor leadership, and we need change. Hope and leadership. With a new spirit, struggle, and honesty, the election does not change the nation, but the elected. Remember always, you elect the leaders who can bring a positive change. It is your life. Remember always, not to elect a corrupt leader because of the race, tribe, religions, location. It is your life. Elect the leaders who are ready to carry the responsibility. The responsibility to try. The youth must take the advantage of the present opportunity, willing to try a new thing, even if the results are failures. This is the way to succeed. Life depends on your hope and dream. There is no happiness without sadness. There is nothing which comes without struggle. Progress of civilizations, hunger, disease and health need our commitment. Practical participation by the third world nations, second world nations, and the first world nations to overcome the situation. The need of help always is not a healthy game for any nations. Keeping a nation competitive. When others are in economic prosperity, there are others in economic crisis. If we need to struggle and achieve our goal, there's need to work together for a stronger and better future. Inequality. To solve the problem of inequality, there's need to balance between the poor and the rich, not to tax them at the same rate. The poor are suffering from the kind of the economic impact they are facing, with low payment in relation to the kind of the tax they are paying. There's a need as a nation to move forward to bring equality among the poor and rich as per their income. Strengthening overseas relationship. The world needs peace. Our generation needs peace to create a relationship. There's need to interact with other nations if we are aiming to build our nation. Women and economic. Every woman have the right to participate in economic development of any nations. We need women to be a contributor, not to remain as a consumer. Equal opportunity and development. Literacy among women. Teenage mothers kills the morale of empowering, but this is the time we say no and focus on the education. As a nation, we have to oppose anything that will never change our nation for better. Looking back before moving forward. If our past performance fell short of ideas and progress, there is a need to correct before starting for another journey. A promise for tomorrow. Best is not yet arrived. I believe our unity shows the spirit of togetherness for better change. False perceived complexity. We come with complex ideas when our commitment is zero to the idea. We forgot simplicity as the alternative solution. Changing of public policy. Failures of politicians not having public issues and business issues which lead to the delay of the information and solution. In order to bring peace, as a result of political conflict or not, we have to understand the cause of the conflict and look appropriate way to deal with the conflict, the requirement of the conflict also. Improving health with preventions. A healthy and wealthy nation is a country which has a standard health care with high infant mortality rate, poor expectancy, poor clinics, health centers, hospitals, patients dying due to poor and unqualified doctors, delay in service, are major challenges and the most important areas to be looked with greater and better life of our society. Handwritten political lobby. Internet has played a great role of the communications, but there's a need in a handwritten communication as the honest and evidence relating to time spent by politicians writing. Value versus volume. The politician and the public servant payment must be concerned with the kind of the value of the work they do, not the volume of the work. It is the best way forward to do the right thing at the right time by the right politicians and public, for the right nations and for the right people. The nuclear proliferations. There's a need to put a watchdog security, watching the weapons. These are most dangerous to any nations which possesses the nuclear weapons as their mass destruction. The rising of soft power. Communication has been the major system, and it has been the biggest role to influence the world than any political role. Shifting political power due to global competitive and how technology and new technological discovery. Any person or nation can be a leader. It is the kind of the challenges that we must accept if we expect to move forward. Redefining disparity. Inequality among the citizens is a major challenge in a nation. For a nation to have a better wealth, but the wealth remain a greater disparity among its citizens, there is no point if saying a great nation while others are suffering. Vertical power shift. Those in power be held accountable according to the rule of the law. The world be connected to a system which brings them together. Even if the system of governing and instruction differs. Proactive citizenship. Anyone can make a huge difference. If you commit yourself to build a nation, it's no time to wait for the politicians or government officials. You can be one, but your voice will be heard by the populations of the 7 billion people in the world. Rising global power. Economy and the leadership remain like a key and a lock. A good leader changes the economy of a nation for the better. On the other hand, the bad leader changes the economy of any nation for the worse. Everyone wants to live a better life. For one to live a better life, there must be a better struggle to elect a true leader. As this is your life, in offering any service for any citizen, our mind must be corruption-free. This is another way to make a step forward. Post-bureaucracy. This is a post-bureaucracy era which has the right people with the right thinking. The advancement in technology has brought a great and positive change without much struggle. We must structure ourselves and remain transparent in whatever way. The government role in growth. The government should put aside politics in order to work for the people. Supporting of the small farms will be greater success as well as a big farms. Opposing the factory due to political reason has no any help for the citizen of any country. We are divided in politics, but we are one in matters of development our nations and our people. Focusing the future. Moving forward with economic, healthcare, peace is our future. This requires the effort of each citizen to stand up and work together as one body with common knowledge and with common goal. This is not the right time for the politicians to criticize one another. That moment has gone, and this is a new moment with the quickest and new permanent life. A brighter political future. With dedications, our light will remain forever for our future. It will light brighter for brighter future. Political collaborations. Collaborations is a positive way forward. It will make us strong and better. This is the time the value your citizenship is known to you. This is the time the value of your society is known to you. The issue of Israel and Palestine. Unless the Palestinian people, the mothers, the daughters, the old men will get peace, there's no peace in the world. The killing of the Palestinian by the Israel soldiers. This is a total massacre. Now we are divided in these matters, whereby the truth, the Western has been supporting the truth, in such a way that leading the world. People are suffering, the killing, torture, destruction of the property of the Palestinians still remain the major issues that we are facing. But nobody cares because the world looks as if remaining in a racism way. But with the kind of the world which and racism will not help any nations.